God seekers, welcome. Matthew 6:33 tells us, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Seek him first, and everything else will be added to us. Let's think about that. What are the other things that are going to be added to us? When we're seeking him, what does that mean to seek him? So many times, a lot of us are searching, but we're not seeking. And when we're searching, what are we doing? So when we talk about searching, searching is something like it's more practical. Okay. It is a process of looking for something. But when we're searching, we really don't know what it is that we're looking for. And when we don't know what it is that we're looking for, it leads us to this longing. And then we find ourselves on this road that may take us to other places. So for example, 1 John chapter 2, 16 and 17, what does it tell us? It tells us that for everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes from the Father, does not come from the Father, but comes from the world. The world and its desires will all pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever. But so often when we're in the world, this is what we're searching for. So there are the three things, the three passions of life that were just mentioned to us. The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride, the ego, our self-image. So when we're searching and we find ourselves in the world, we care about when we're on our social media, we care about how many likes we have. Okay. And then how do we feel when we don't get that response that we're looking for? When we think about our pride, when we're on a job and we have a promotion and we didn't get it, or we feel as though we were overlooked, or the pride of the flesh in the eyes. So we see things that we want. We want another home. We want a fancier car. We want all of the things that money can buy us. And so we go out into the world and we search for ways to get all of these things. And whether it causes us to work more and more, neglecting our families, if it causes us to work on Sundays that then we can't come into the house of God and commune with others, if it causes us not to have that ear where we can hear that someone else is in need, if it causes us to overlook the needs of the world and of people in the world. People could be hungry, people could be crying out, but because of those three passions, we overlook them because we're searching for this fulfillment. And then there's a cavity, there's a vacancy within our spirit. But our soul is searching, but it can't find. Our soul can't find it because our spirits are longing for only Him, only for God. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about with that. So 1 Kings 19:11, the Lord said, go out and stand on a mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by. Remember, this is him talking to his prophet. Okay. Then a great and powerful wind tore the mountains apart and shattered the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. Okay. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. When Elijah heard it, pulled his cloak over his face and went out and stood at the mouth of the cave. Then a voice said to him, what are you doing here, Elijah? Now, I bring that to you because what we want to look at is that in the earthquake and in the wind and in the fire, God was not there. But it represents that sometimes people always look for what they're searching for in the midst of the chaos or in the midst of things that are going on in life. And so you're looking for the answer, but you really don't know what it is. But it wasn't until the fine tuning, standing still and listening and actually seeking that voice of God, that then he was able to hear him. Because as we started out, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added to you. And so what that tells us, when we diligently, wholeheartedly seek God, He can provide everything for us. He will give us peace. He will give us Him. And with Him, we have everything that we need.